Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye Nation, and welcome to the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaching Show. I'm Todd Robinson, your host of today's show, with the head coach and athletic director, Alan Metzel. Well, Coach Metzel, don't look now, but the Buckeyes have won the last 3 games in a row. You know, Coach Trader always said, trust is truth over time. You just got the impression during this game that some guys started trusting the process. They've been in big games before, and all of a sudden it was like, we got this.
It really was impressive because Brenham was a very talented team. I think anybody who watched the game could see that. Running back, phenomenal. You know, we'll probably be watching him for a lot of years now.
I'd say we'll take him.
Yeah. He's up there in that LaMichael James and, you know, some of those guys' categories. He's really good. But you saw a program. You know, you saw plays made on kickoff returns or on kickoffs, pinning them back, catching, falling on the onside kick right there at the 50, you know, which now you have tremendous field position by Klein Lindsey. Just different guys doing their job, which added up to a 51-37 win.
Yeah.
And very impressive.
It really was. And we know that we're still getting back to full strength, but this group of guys is not only battle tested. It seemed like a playoff game with the charter buses and 3.5-hour drive in Big Nice Stadium. Shout out to Huntsville ISD, by the way.
Yeah, nice place.
Super hospitable and great facility. But it seemed like we were on a business trip. And to a man, everybody just took care of business.
They did. You know, they did. And like you say, you already alluded to the fact of guys are getting battle tested. You know, for example, we played 6 cornerbacks the other night. You know, 6, that's crazy. You know, I don't remember ever playing 6. And all 6 were in critical moments. You know, we're not talking about they just got a few plays at the end of the game or whatever. They were rotating in because we needed that and made plays. And it just, the more guys that you get to buy in like that, the better your practices are, the better depth you have, the better team you have. It's coming into place. I told them this morning in our team meeting, we stepped into a new level. Now there's multiple levels to go, but you had to get to this level to get to the next one, and I felt like we took that step Friday night.
Yeah, I would agree, against a really good team.
No doubt.
Punching above our weight class. I mean,
two grades up.
2 grades up,
Yeah.
and undefeated state-ranked top 10.
Right.
And our guys just kind of came in and went, you know,
Just went to work.
Let's play. Well, let's dive right into the highlights. I know we'll talk about a little bit of detail as we go, but we want to jump right into the good stuff.
You bet. Well, we'll start out with our defense. They made some tremendous plays the other night, and here is the first turnover we were able to create. So you're going to see Kai Kennedy. I've got him circled right there. Watch how he feels off the edge, sets the edge, and gets his hat on the ball, and the ball comes flying out of there. You know, you say put the hat on the ball. Well, he did. And there that thing pops up. Here's Trey Lee ready to go. Trey catches it, you know, off the bounce, and off he goes and shows some speed. Yeah. You know, he made their quarterback work. 55-yard return. You know, so not only do you get a turnover, but we flipped the field as well and stopped a lot of momentum by them, created some for us. And just, you know, we talked about we have to win the turnover battle against a talented team, and we did that.
Yeah,
so,
not only that, but Kai played the best game.
He played
by
well.
Far,
he did play well.
And I got a feeling that we still got a whole lot of upside
I agree.
on Kai. He's really coming on.
He is. So here we are down in the red zone area. Caden came in, you know, made some huge catches out there at receiver, jumped in at the Wildcat quarterback position, which adds a hat to the box whenever you got that runner in there. He comes in and we run a quarterback counter here and just ends up walking into the end zone. But a great job. You're going to see we send a little fast motion with our fullback to get their eyes out of the box. We all obviously throw bubble screens out there and so forth. So as he takes off with his motion right here, watch how that affects those backers. and then we come back the other way. And, once you get the line taken care of, there's nobody there because they're looking at what's going on outside. So watch our line on the left side. They do a great job caving it down and create the crease. Our guard is pulling across, and then you're going to see Zaid get the kick-out block on the linebacker right here. Super job. And then there goes Caden right through the hole for the crease, touchdown, just like you draw it up.
Just like you draw it up.
Yeah.
We've started calling Caden just glue because he's doing so many things for this team.
He really is.
And it's just such a luxury to have, that guy that has got experience in all those positions.
Right.
Coming in just making plays.
And the moment's not too big.
Nothing.
Right, exactly. So we'll go to our third highlight here. Our defense forces another turnover. It's a 4th down play, and the quarterback scrambles. As he's scrambling, he's getting close to the first down, and we end up tearing the ball out and getting the recovery. So you see great pass rush there by our ends. He steps up in. Here's Trey Lee again. Trey, his effort was just phenomenal. Kai again. And then Braden Pate adds to the party here. Here they come. Great hit. Ball pops out. Kai gets the recovery. And a Buckeye ball. Again, they're down here threatening, almost inside the 25. And we get the ball taken away again. So huge play.
It seemed like we just came up with answer after answer after answer every time that they threatened.
Absolutely. And that's for example, their first drive, second play, they're on offense. They pop one for a touchdown. Nobody panicked. They understood, yeah, he's a good player. We just got to answer. And that's what they did.
Yeah, guy goes for over 200 in the first half.
Right.
They come out in the second half and jump in that same Lindell front that we saw.
Mm-hmm. Able to handle it.
Nobody flinched.
Nope.
All we did was just basically shut it down. They even got in that tackle over 3-man surface that was a little weird wrinkle that I was like, okay, I couldn't remember if Lindell did that. And then I thought, okay, well, are we going to adjust to a bare front again? And all of a sudden it was like, well, I don't guess we need to worry about that.
Yeah. Everybody was fitting their gaps right, and we're able to shut it down. So super job. So right here we have Alex Guillen and Jet Bates. Jet Bates. Watch them come off each edge. So, there's nowhere to go. These guys are getting off the ball, getting up the field. Great job of setting the edge and then just collapse where he had nowhere to scramble. The whole D-line just pushes to him and traps him there in the backfield. Big sack.
When you can play like that and control the line of scrimmage, you can do a lot of things.
That's right.
And I think the most impressive thing was, again, 200-plus yards. A lot of that came on 3 runs, but there were no he may have gotten tired, but we played longer than them.
Right, and that's the whole deal, especially when you're playing really good opponents. You just have to play another play. You got to play another play, and we did that. So here's Trill Butler. We've been talking about Trill's speed and how it on the track, he can run, and it was neat to see that translate to the football field the other night. And man, did he look good. We did. He looked good. Tomahawk would have been proud. The line did a super job of creating some great creases here. So here's Trill in the backfield. We bring Devin McDonald in motion. He takes care of their linebacker. And then once he got into the secondary, man, he just was off and racing. They got some speed too. But great job of maneuvering, getting into the end zone. When you can run the ball, it opens up everything, and that was an element that really was necessary the other night.
Yeah, and this is a young line that is kind of patchwork still at this point.
Due to some injuries and so forth.
And those guys just
they battled. God, they battled. They really did. So here's our next one, Tyler Hagler. I don't think there'll be a highlight reel this year where we don't have Tyler in there somewhere.
Please, Lord.
Yeah. This guy, he just plays so hard. He's so talented. He's so big. He pushes the pocket. And then, when he's not just a plugger, to be that big. He doesn't just, not that one technique. He's an athlete at that level.
Yeah, these spin moves that he does here.
Oh, right here. Spins off the center and then tackles that quarterback and just pounds him. That's becoming commonplace each week as we look at video, and we're grateful. We like that. Here we go with another Trill 41-yard run here. Super job again by the lineman. And you can see they're bringing some loops and stunts and so forth. Watch our line cave it down. I've got the lines drawn in there. They cave it down. Here comes our, this is actually our inside zone. Isaac Hubbard works off his double team to go get a hat on their linebacker right there. Trill sees the crease and then hits it and
Very
just
patient
blows
run.
through.
I thought
Yes.
that was the most impressive run that he really had all year because he truly was a running back on all phases on that play.
Right, having to be patient at the line of scrimmage, right there, and then that cut. Super job. You know, the thing that people who maybe are just watching in the stands and haven't played or whatever, that they don't necessarily understand is the type of the vision that you must have to be a good running back. It's not just how fast you are. You've got to have patience, you've got to have vision, you've got to have trust, and you saw all three displayed in that run right there. So we go from there, and now we're going to take a look at Zayd Taylor on a screen pass, and Zayd just keeps making his presence felt, you know, showing up every week. Watch him on this screen. So, you know, he takes what's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard gain and then makes it a 41-yard touchdown. So here he is, makes the first miss. So now, you know, okay, 10 yards, but then he goes to work. Yeah. And those type
jump cut, he is, I mean, low center of gravity, but you don't realize how explosive and really quick he is.
Right.
You want to talk about a guy that is a young guy stepping up, and we've had a ton of those. You know, the method to your madness scheduling the SEC West for our, you know, for our pre-district. Zayd is one of probably 4 or 5 guys that popped in this
They've
game
emerged. That's right.
That are, I mean, we're coming.
Correct. He's got some innate ability that, you know, you just have to give him the ball and then let that take over.
Yeah, and the good news is we still got some running backs that are getting over injuries.
Correct.
That are still coming.
Correct.
And it is going to start.
Well, and to play 16 weeks, you know, which is the goal, you've got to have a stable, you know, because they're going to get banged up, they're going to get beat up, and so you got to be able to move people in and out and not, you know, we don't have a mindset of a guy's going to carry the ball 38 times in a game. We don't, because if you're trying to play a long time, they're going to be beat up, and by the time you need them in the playoffs, they're wore out, you know. So
and that's a guy normally, if everybody's healthy, maybe running the ball on Thursday nights right now. That's just
or catching passes at Z or playing outside linebacker, or, you know, it's this opportunity has presented itself, and man, is he grabbing hold of it. It really is. Okay, so next one, Alex Guillen with a sack. You know, I've mentioned Alex already. He's a senior, a captain, stepping into his own, making big plays, more and more consistent. Several highlights on this list tonight that we're looking at. So here he is at the top of the screen, beats the tackle. Here he comes right there. Big sack right there.
And just the confidence is, you could just see it growing and growing and growing. Some guys just mature faster than other guys. Alex is a guy that's always been, you know, holding the rope, so to speak. But to see him really start popping like this, especially with the depth that's on that group.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness, it gets exciting.
It does. It does. So we'll move to our next one. This right here is Brady hits Solomon Jackson. And what our route actually was not to Solomon. He's not the first option. They kind of played the first option. Brady gets some pressure, moves in the pocket, sees Solly one-on-one, puts it on him, and then Solomon goes 70 yards for a touchdown.
Here's another one that's
emerging.
Absolutely stepping up.
That's right.
Of course, you know, Buckeye fans will know that Solomon is the grandson of legendary Coach James Beal.
Coach Beal.
Coach Beal, our defensive coordinator here. He was like our dad for a long time.
Right.
Led the Bruce Dragons for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And now I know his son, who was our hero growing up here in Gilmer, Cat Bill, who was a phenomenal athlete. He was at the game.
Okay.
So having Unc there may have played
awesome.
a role, but
there you go.
That started looking like
That
Cat
was-
a little bit.
that was impressive.
If that trend continues, we're just going to keep smiling.
We'll be in good shape. Okay, so here is Amari Morton. Let me back this up where you get to see him. I've got him circled up at the top. He's playing corner right there. And so he's going to read this route. You can see that by his technique, we're in cover 4, and he's watching the eyes of the quarterback. So as he sees the quarterback look to his guy, he jumps the route and then picks the pass right here and then runs it back. Again, turnovers. If you're going to beat a team that is very talented, you've got to have more possessions than them. And awesome job of getting the ball back for us, our defense did the other night.
Well, and you felt from the very beginning, oh, here comes another last-second field goal type of a game as it was back and forth. Our guys been there, done that, and it didn't get to that simply because we had the timely turnovers. But it seemed to me, especially on that play, we have guys starting to watch film. I mean, Amari saw that one coming.
Correct.
And obviously they watched a lot of film on us, and I think they played us like it was a lot like it was a playoff game. They were very well prepared, very well coached. But I was impressed with how intuitive our kids play.
Right. I agree. You're seeing them mature as players. So here is a tight situation in the fourth quarter. You're trying to run out the clock. There's still time. You're in that quote-unquote 4-minute offense where you're trying to eat up time where they're not getting the ball to go put pressure on you. And we call a pop pass where you're going to look like a run, but then you're throwing it over the top of the linebackers. And so here's Solomon. It's a huge, like 10-yard, like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, something like that.
It kept us on the field.
Yeah, and we get 11. So we get one more than we needed to. You can see the sticks over there, and we end up getting that first down. That was critical.
Absolutely.
Huge call. Coach Lipsy was all over that one. That was his. He jumped in there, hey, what about this play? And we knew they were going to be selling out to play the run. Great call, and excellent job by Brady putting it on him and Solomon getting that first down to keep our offense on the ball and running that clock out. And so, right after that, then good things happen, and you give it to Trill, and Trill breaks another one. So here we go. Great job again by the lineman, and then you just get his speed. Look at that right there. I mean, that's impressive, being able to split those defenders like that.
Run straight by an angle.
Exactly.
It's not like Buckeye fans hadn't seen that for 3 years.
Correct.
But from Trill, knowing when to hit the Jets, and he had one a couple of weeks ago in Gilmer where he just split those defenders.
Right.
He trusts when it hits the gas, he's going to go by people and kind of leave them in their wake. And he saw it coming, and again, just instinctually, he's coming as a running back.
He really is blossoming.
He's got all the tools, but now all those things are really trying to fit together.
Exactly. So watch here. You can take a look at the blocking scheme here and how we drew this up. And you're going to see their linebacker stunts into the hole. But watch, this is actually an inside zone with our fullback leading on the linebacker. Well, they brought that guy. And so watch Trey Lee come across and pick him off. And then he gets up under the block, and that's what sprung the whole play. Tremendous job by Trey of getting there, even though he was on a stunt.
Trey's an athlete.
He is.
I mean, you can see it on that pick six, the fumble. I mean, he's not just a big and strong defensive end. He is athletic.
And his passion for the game is extremely high. It really is. He plays so hard.
Well, those stunts, and they were coming all night. Double A gap stunts. It looked like they went to school on Lindell's film and kind of said, okay, we can do this better than Lindell did because they had those athletes. And yet it really didn't phase, especially on the O-line where
they handled it.
We handled it.
They did. They were able to cover people up, which gave us, when you do blitz and you get everybody covered up, well, now you have creases with nobody there to make the tackle. And that's why you see the big runs. Exactly.
Well, I was just saying to Coach Payton, it was awesome. Thank you, Coach Payton, for filling in for Jeff Rash. It's such an honor to have somebody first that is so close to the program. Of course, I thanked him for his genetic contribution as well.
There you go.
He gave all credit to his wife.
There you go.
A good thing.
There you go.
But you just see a little glimpse into the program, as you say. And when you look at it from a big picture standpoint, Buckeyes have now won 3 in a row. I would argue that the competition has actually kind of gotten better as we've gone. So you see the improvements, and you see, especially on the D and O lines, where, in last year at this time, we've talked about it at the coaches' lunch a million times. How do you feel this year compared to last year? I don't see how you just don't sleep really well at night after a game like that on Friday night.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did sleep well. I was really tired. We got home about 3. So, but anyway, no, I'm pleased with where we are. We have an open week this week, and so we change our schedule a little bit to give these guys a little bit of a breather. When we're here, we're going 1,000 miles an hour, but then we're going to schedule in some time where they get a chance to decompress. Some guys that have been injured, we start assimilating them back in, and that's going to be important this week. And we get a chance this Friday during our athletic period. We take our guys over and read to the elementary, which is always a fantastic day for us, and I think they get a big kick out of it too.
Well,
and
planting seeds for the future Buckeyes.
Right.
And a lot of these guys were those kids just
absolutely
a few years ago.
they were, yeah. And you see your high school heroes come over in their jersey, and we divide them up into classes, and they go and read books to them and stuff. And man, it's a great day. It really is a lot of fun. It's one of our favorite days of the year, quite frankly. So we'll do that on Friday, and the guys are all looking forward to it. So it's going to be good. We'll have a great week.
Everybody 0-0 the week following. We got Pittsburgh at home to open the district schedule.
We're actually away.
We're away.
At
We're at
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we start Pittsburgh Van PG, which is really now everything kind of right now to set the stage for the third stanza of the year, which is playoffs.
Correct.
And how are you feeling? I've never felt better. I mean,
I'm confident. I feel like I said, I feel like we've taken another step. We finished phase 1. Phase 2, you got to take another step to go be great, And to me, is we're going to focus today. We had a great workout in the weight room. Tomorrow we're going to focus on having another great day. So I'm just looking at it one day at a time. Make sure we're advancing. Make sure we're gaining ground. As long as we're doing that, then yes, I will feel very good and I'll sleep well at night.
Well, it was a great win. Congratulations
Thank
once
you.
again. Congratulations to your staff. I hope they got some sleep yesterday.
I think so.
It was good actually to drive by the field house and not see any cars up there.
It was good
all night Sunday night.
It was good to have a day. Yeah,
that was good. And
Yeah.
a little bit of a breather anyway, and a little bit of family time. But I know the Buckeye Army was kind of tuned in online. It was a long trip.
It was.
Thanks for the folks that did
You
come
bet.
out.
It was great.
The Army traveled. We had, I think, more people than they
Yes,
had.
we did.
I think we actually outnumbered them. And I'm looking forward to playing them again next year.
Yeah.
I thought it was exactly what the doctor ordered,
Right.
and we filled the prescription for sure. And exciting to look at the second stanza in district and setting ourselves up for the rest of the run. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Hopefully 10 games left.
I hope so.
So for myself, Todd Robinson, the head coach, athletic director, Alan Metzel, we appreciate you guys. Remember, we're off this week. No coaches lunch this week on Wednesday. Give the guys a little bit of a break. Then next week we will start in again, and that will be Pittsburgh away.
Correct.
And we will go over to Pittsburgh. That's not far enough, so I'm not taking any excuses now. The Army's got to travel.
Got to be there.
It's 0-0, and we start the real season because these all count from now on.
That's right.
So everybody have a great week. Have a great off week, and go Buckeyes.